Welcome back to the Deep Dive.
You could be here.
So our mission today is to take a stack of really fascinating sources, exploring self-mastery, and, well, turn them into a high-leverage knowledge shortcut for you.
And we are diving into a surprisingly profound intersection.
Right. Fashion and mindset transformation.
It seems like a leap at first.
It does. But the core idea that these sources present is that your mindset can be actively, and I mean intentionally, transformed by what you wear.
And this isn't just a philosophical idea. We're actually looking at how a brand, BKLEO Clothing, uses this as a piece of psychological strategy.
They frame their products not as just apparel, but as, and I'm quoting here, daily reminders of who you are becoming.
Exactly.
And the reason this isn't just, some fluffy motivation is that the sources ground this immediately in science.
They do. We're talking about the concept of enclothed cognition.
And that term is really the bedrock of this whole philosophy, isn't it?
It is. It suggests that the clothes we wear do more than just cover us. They actually penetrate our identity.
So, enclothed cognition, it isn't just about feeling confident.
No, it's much deeper. It's about the symbolic meaning of the clothes themselves. That meaning transfers directly into your psychological state.
And that's what influences performance.
That's what influences performance. The sources all point to those classic studies, the ones with the lab coats.
Oh, right, where they gave participants a white coat.
Exactly. When they told them it was a doctor's coat, the participants scored way higher on attention-related tasks.
But when they told another group it was a painter's coat, the exact same coat.
Their scores didn't change. So it's not the coat, it's what the coat represents.
The symbolic meaning, the identity, that is a crucial detail.
It is.
So if wearing a scientist's coat makes you think more attentively, then the question these sources really force us to ask is, what identity are you accidentally activating every day?
That's the pivot point. If this powerful mechanism is just sitting there available to us, why do so many of us just fall back on what the sources call generic apparel?
We're missing a huge opportunity.
A massive one. We could be using our wardrobe as a tool for intentional self-improvement.
Okay, this skepticism brings us straight into our first section, the philosophy of mindset fashion.
Right. If the science is solid, why isn't everyone doing this?
What's the fundamental problem this mindset fashion is trying to solve?
The core conflict, as the source material lays it out, is that traditional fashion is, well, it's external.
You mean it's about what other people think?
Exactly. Most people dress to impress others, to get approval from the outside world. This whole movement flips that dynamic on its head.
So the goal is more about internal accountability.
Radical internal accountability. You're wearing clothes to impress your future self.
I really like that reframing.
It's powerful.
It means the clothing is functioning less as a social signal and more as a piece of your own psychological programming.
A form of identity priming.
Yeah. So instead of asking, what will people think of this? You're asking, does this outfit reflect the person I am working to become?
And that shift from external validation to internal reinforcement is what really defines the audience for this.
Oh.
BKLEO Clothing says it's for the hustlers and healers.
And the sources get very specific about who this resonates with.
They do.
They say they're designing for people who are actively, chasing a purpose,
Healing from their past.
stepping into leadership.
And building a legacy.
When you list them like that, you see the psychological precision here.
You really do. These are all people undergoing high-stakes identity shifts.
Right. And for them, things like imposter syndrome or past trauma, those can be daily roadblocks.
So a piece of clothing that literally reinforces their progress becomes an essential psychological anchor. It grounds them in who they're trying to be.
This is so much more than just putting on a motivational t-shirt.
It's using that idea of identity change. You don't wait until you feel like a leader to dress like one.
You dress like one to prime your brain to become one.
Exactly. If you're healing from your past, wearing something that says, reborn with purpose, that's a powerful counter-narrative to your own internal doubts.
Your wardrobe becomes a consistent physical reminder of the path you've chosen.
Making it that much harder to slip back into old patterns.
Okay, but let me push on this a little. Couldn't someone argue this is just, expensive self-talk?
Yeah, that's a fair question.
How is putting on a hoodie different from just saying an affirmation in the mirror?
It comes down to the difference between cognitive effort and embodied action. An affirmation in the mirror requires conscious effort. You have to remember to do it.
Right.
The clothing, the source material argues, acts as a form of embodied cognition. You don't have to try to remember your mantra. The message is just
Yeah.
there. It's absorbed unconsciously.
It's passive reinforcement of an active choice.
Exactly.
That makes a lot of sense.
Uh.
It turns a one-time morning ritual into a continuous state of being.
Which brings us right into section 2, where we can see how this philosophy is actually translated into specific designs.
Yes, and the sources describe every piece as armor for your mindset.
That word armor is so intentional. It suggests strength, protection, readiness for battle,
The battle against self-doubt.
or complacency,
Mhm.
or just external negativity. But what really stands out is how targeted these affirmations are. They aren't vague.
No, they seem to target very specific psychological hurdles. Let's unpack some of these.
Okay, so take the first category, which is all about self-identity and high standards.
Right.
You put on a shirt that says, built different. You're not just making a statement to the world.
You're affirming it to yourself.
You're affirming an identity of uniqueness. It's a refusal to just blend in, which is so crucial for anyone trying to lead or innovate.
And then you have the affirmations about setting boundaries. I was really struck by the slogan, restricted access, authorized only.
I mean, that's not just about confidence. That's about valuing your time, your energy.
It's like a defense mechanism you can wear.
It is. In this hyper-connected world, that slogan helps you embody a boundary. It's an internal anchor that says, my time is valuable. My mental energy is valuable.
Which is essential if you're trying to chase a big purpose.
Absolutely. Then you move to the resilience category. This speaks directly to the people who are healing or trying to build a legacy.
And the affirmation for that is, from dust, I rise reborn with purpose.
It's such a powerful counter-message to shame. You know, the shame from past failures or trauma.
It reframes it.
It completely reframes it. It reminds the wearer that their current strength came because of the fire, not in spite of it.
And finally, there's the innovation category. Forging your own path. I love this one. Error 404, path not found. Create your own.
That is aimed squarely at the entrepreneur, the visionary.
It turns failure into a command.
It does. It reframes that path not found message, not as an endpoint, but as a mandatory directive to innovate, to take action.
When you look at all four of these categories together, it's so clear that the clothing is meant to be an active feedback loop.
100%. You put it on, the message reinforces the identity.
And the identity dictates the behavior. You're turning the passive act of getting dressed into an active ritual.
And that's all encapsulated in their tagline, right? Wear your mindset, wear your journey, wear your power.
It makes the garment the physical proof of your inner commitment.
And this is where you see the external shift. People literally stand taller. Their body language opens up. There's a discernible shift in their energy.
Which, according to the sources, is validated by the customer experiences.
Right.
This takes us to section 3, the real-world application.
Yeah, and they call them testimonies, not reviews.
That language is telling. It suggests that clothing is a tool that helps change a lifestyle.
And the reviews really do confirm that this psychological function is working. The garment is operating as that constant internal reminder.
There's one from Marcus J. He talks about a clean break from his past. He says the clothing reminds him he's not who he used to be. I'm stronger, more focused, and proud of my growth.
It serves as a marker of the distance traveled.
And then Ashley R. connects it to the future, saying every piece makes her feel like she is stepping into my purpose.
See, that's the clothing acting as a psychological bridge. It makes the future you want to be feel accessible right now in the present.
And Daniel K. focuses on the journey itself. He says, putting on a hoodie feels like I'm reminding myself of how far I've come.
It turns the hoodie into a tangible milestone. These examples really show the difference between just, passive consumption and active utilization.
This isn't just an accessory.
Not at all. It's a tool for personal strategic development.
And you can see this in the specific products. The Built Different t-shirt directly reinforces that identity we talked about, the refusal to blend in.
Or the genius mind, gangster grind, hoodie. It perfectly encapsulates that duality you need, thinking smart and hustling hard.
And the resilience theme in the Fearless to the Bone tee, that speaks directly to strength that's forged through adversity.
It all just confirms the brand's core idea. Personal growth as a lifestyle, and your wardrobe has to support your evolution.
Not distract from it.
The observation that when you wear purpose, you walk different. That's the physical proof of enclothed cognition being put to work intentionally.
It completely shifts clothing from being this superficial add-on to being a high-leverage tool in your toolkit.
Absolutely. You're essentially preloading your day with intention just by choosing what to wear.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, let's bring the challenge from the source material back to you, the listener.
It's an important one.
If the science of enclothed cognition is real, and the evidence suggests it is, and if your clothing can actively shift your focus, your performance, just look at your closet right now.
Take a mental audit of your self-messaging.
How much of it truly reflects your growth?
Are you wearing clothes that just reflect who you were yesterday? Or are you selecting armor that prepares you for where you're building toward tomorrow?
Are your clothes anchors holding you back, or are they accelerators pushing you forward? What if getting dressed wasn't just a chore?
What if it was the moment you chose your identity for the day?
And what if every time you put something on, you sent a message to the world, but more importantly to yourself, that said, I'm not finished, I'm becoming?
That intentionality is the real takeaway here. Your mindset truly is your best accessory. But if we accept this, that external signals shape internal performance, it forces us to look beyond just apparel.
Go on.
We focused on clothing, but think about it. What other non-clothing items in your daily routine, your notebook, your watch, even your phone's screensaver, could also be intentionally infused with purpose to support your journey?
An essential thought to leave you with, expanding this whole concept far beyond the wardrobe.
A powerful idea to consider.
Thank you for diving deep with us today. Until next time, stay focused, stay bold, and wear your power.